Hi, I'm Ariel. After 47 years of hosting Christmas dinner for my family, I was excited to attend my son Michael's holiday celebration this year. My daughter-in-law Vanessa had insisted on hosting, and though I'd offered to bring my signature dishes, she'd politely declined. "Mom, are you sure you're okay with not cooking this year?" Michael asked during our weekly phone call the week before Christmas. "Of course, dear. It'll be nice to just relax and enjoy everyone's company," I said, though I'd miss seeing everyone enjoy my cranberry stuffing. "Is there anything I can bring?" "Vanessa says she's got everything covered. She's been planning this for weeks." On Christmas Day, I arrived early with a small gift basket of homemade cookies, despite Vanessa's insistence that I didn't need to bring anything. "Oh, you brought cookies," Vanessa said, her smile tight as she took the basket. "That's thoughtful, but I already made dessert." "They're just a little something extra," I replied. "Can I help with anything in the kitchen?" "No need. Everything's under control," she said, placing the basket on a side table away from the other food preparations. My son's sister-in-law, Brenda, arrived shortly after me and immediately started helping in the kitchen. "Ariel, Merry Christmas!" She greeted me with a warm hug. "Aren't you helping with the dinner?" "Vanessa has everything under control," I explained with a small smile. "That's unusual. You're always the Christmas dinner queen," Brenda remarked, raising an eyebrow. As other guests arrived, my son's best friend Tom and his wife Diane, and Michael's father, my ex-husband, Gerald, and his new wife, everyone gathered in the living room while Vanessa and Brenda worked in the kitchen. When dinner was finally served, the table looked beautiful. Platters of turkey, mashed potatoes, green beans, and rolls covered every inch of the table. "Everyone, please find your place cards and be seated," Vanessa announced proudly. I searched for my name among the cards but couldn't find it. "Vanessa, I don't see my place setting," I said quietly. She glanced around with exaggerated concern. "Oh dear, it seems we're one chair short. Would you mind eating at the kitchen counter? There's just not enough room at the table." Michael frowned. "Vanessa, we can squeeze another chair in." "The table is already crowded, Michael," she replied firmly. "Your mother will be fine in the kitchen. It's just for one meal." I nodded, not wanting to cause a scene. "It's fine, really." Once everyone was seated, I perched awkwardly at the kitchen counter. Vanessa began passing dishes around, but none made their way to me. After 15 minutes, I approached the table. "Could I have some turkey, please?" I asked. Vanessa looked up, surprise crossing her features. "Oh, I'm sorry, Ariel. I thought you brought your own food since you didn't contribute to the meal." The table fell silent. "What do you mean?" I asked, genuinely confused. "I offered to bring dishes, but you said you wanted to handle everything." "Well, everyone else helped today. Brenda made the gravy, Diane brought wine, even Gerald carved the turkey," she said sweetly. "Those who contribute get to enjoy the feast. That's just how my family has always done things." Michael's face reddened. "Vanessa, that's completely inappropriate. My mother offered multiple times to help." "It's fine," I interrupted, even though it wasn't. I returned to the kitchen counter, fighting back tears as I heard the conversation at the table continue without me. Later, as I was preparing to leave, Brenda pulled me aside. "Ariel, what happened today was awful," she whispered. "Vanessa told everyone you refused to help because you were jealous she was hosting." "She what?" "She's been saying things about you for months. I didn't believe her, but others might have. I thought you should know." As I drove home alone that night, humiliation turned to determination. This wasn't just about a Christmas dinner. This was about the lies and the deliberate attempt to isolate me from my own family. The day after Christmas, I called Tom, my son's best friend since college. His wife Diane answered. "Ariel, we were just talking about calling you. Yesterday was unbelievable," Diane said immediately. "I'm still trying to process what happened," I admitted. "Brenda mentioned Vanessa has been saying things about me." "For months," Diane confirmed. "She told Michael's dad that you bad-mouthed his new wife. Told me you said my outfit at the summer barbecue looked desperate for attention. None of it sounded like you, but..." I never said any of those things, I interrupted, gripping the phone tighter. I figured as much. After yesterday, it's clear she's been trying to drive a wedge between you and everyone else. Tom wanted to say something at dinner, but he didn't want to make a scene. Could I speak with Tom? I value his perspective. Tom came on the line. Ariel, that woman is something else. Michael called this morning, absolutely furious with Vanessa. Said they had a huge fight after everyone left. I don't want to cause problems in their marriage, I said hesitantly. You're not the problem, Tom insisted. Vanessa's behavior was calculated. This wasn't a misunderstanding. She deliberately humiliated you. What should I do? Confront her? Talk to Michael? Document everything, Tom advised. I'm meeting Michael for our regular Wednesday lunch tomorrow. I'll feel him out, see what's going on from his perspective. After speaking with Tom, I called Brenda, who had more information. I've been in the kitchen with Vanessa all day, Brenda explained. She specifically instructed me not to take any food to you. Said you had attitude problems and needed to be put in your place. Did she really say that? My voice shook with disbelief. Verbatim. And there's more. While we were preparing dinner, she was texting someone, laughing about how she was going to put the old lady in the corner where she belongs. I caught a glimpse of her screen. I don't understand why she'd do this, I said. Control, Brenda replied simply. From what I've observed, she wants to be the matriarch, your competition in her eyes. My next call was to Gerald, my ex-husband. Despite our divorce, we'd maintained a civil relationship for Michael's sake. Ariel, I was going to call you, Gerald said when he answered. What happened yesterday was completely unacceptable. Have you noticed Vanessa saying things about me before? Gerald hesitated. She's made some comments that seemed off, claimed you were trying to undermine her relationship with Michael. I didn't pay much attention, but now I'm wondering if it was part of a pattern. It seems like she's been systematically trying to isolate me, I explained, sharing what Brenda and Diane had told me. That's disturbing, Gerald agreed. What are you planning to do about it? I'm not sure yet, but I think Michael needs to know the full picture. Would you be willing to tell him what Vanessa has said to you? Absolutely, Gerald confirmed. This goes beyond normal family friction. Michael should know what's happening. By evening, I had spoken with everyone who had attended the Christmas dinner. Each conversation revealed another layer of Vanessa's campaign against me. I carefully noted each incident, each reported comment. That night, Michael called. Mom, I am so sorry about yesterday, he began, his voice heavy with emotion. I had no idea Vanessa would do something like that. It wasn't just yesterday, Michael, I said gently. I've learned some things today that you should know. What things? He asked. I think we should talk in person. Can you come over tomorrow evening? Michael arrived at my house the following evening, looking tired and stressed. I'd invited Tom and Brenda as well, wanting them to share firsthand what they'd observed. Mom, what's this about? Michael asked as he entered my living room and saw the others. Please sit down, I said. There are things you need to hear, and it's better coming directly from everyone involved. Is this an intervention or something? Michael's tone was defensive, but he sat. Not for you, Tom clarified. We're here because we care about you and Ariel, and we're concerned about Vanessa's behavior. Brenda nodded. Michael, yesterday wasn't an isolated incident. Vanessa has been deliberately trying to turn people against your mother. That's a serious accusation, Michael said, frowning. It is, I agreed, which is why I asked everyone to share what they've experienced firsthand. One by one, Tom, Brenda, and I recounted the statements Vanessa had made, the lies she'd told, and her behavior at Christmas dinner. I showed Michael my notes documenting each incident with dates and specifics. She really said my mom refused to help? Michael asked Brenda, his expression darkening. Yes, while specifically instructing me not to let your mother assist with dinner preparations, Brenda confirmed. She was quite clear about it. And she told you my mom criticized Diane's outfit? He asked Tom. Tom nodded. Among other things, comments supposedly from your mother about Gerald's new wife, about your career choices, all designed to create friction. Michael ran his hands through his hair. I can't believe this. She's always said such nice things about everyone to me. That's how manipulation works, I explained gently. Show one face to you, another to everyone else. Why would she do this? Michael asked, his voice breaking. Control, Brenda suggested. She wants to be the central figure in your life, without competition. Michael's phone buzzed. He looked at the screen and his expression hardened. It's Vanessa, says she's outside, saw everyone's cars, and demands to know what's going on. Let her in, I said. It's time for everything to come out in the open. Moments later, Vanessa burst into the living room, her face a mask of indignation. What is this? Some kind of secret meeting behind my back? She demanded. We're discussing your behavior at Christmas, I said calmly, and the things you've been saying about me to others. What things? I haven't said anything that wasn't true, Vanessa insisted, looking around the room with increasing agitation. You told everyone my mother refused to help with Christmas dinner when you specifically told her not to bring anything, Michael said, his voice tight with anger. Well, she should have insisted, Vanessa shot back. Everyone else found ways to contribute. And you told Diane that my mom criticized her clothes? Michael continued. Vanessa faltered. I may have misunderstood. And told Gerald that she was undermining your relationship with Michael? Brenda added. You went through my private messages? Vanessa gasped, turning on Brenda. No, you were showing them to me, laughing about how you were going to put the old lady in her place, Brenda replied steadily. This is ridiculous. You're all ganging up on me because of one little misunderstanding at dinner. Vanessa's voice rose to a shout. It wasn't a misunderstanding, I said, rising from my chair. It was deliberate humiliation, the culmination of months of trying to isolate me from my family. You think you're so perfect, don't you? Vanessa hissed, stepping toward me. Always the perfect mother-in-law, the perfect hostess. You just can't stand that Michael has someone else in his life now. Mom has never been anything but supportive of our relationship, Michael interjected. Because she's manipulative, Vanessa cried. Can't you see? She's turning you all against me. By documenting your own words and actions? Tom asked skeptically. Vanessa's face contorted with rage. She grabbed a vase from the side table and hurled it against the wall, where it shattered. You'll regret this, she threatened, pointing at me. You think you've won? I'll make sure you never see Michael or any future grandchildren again. The police arrived 20 minutes after Vanessa's outburst. Tom had called them when she started breaking things and making threats. They took statements from everyone present, and based on the threats and property damage, they issued Vanessa a temporary restraining order. 3 days later, I sat in my kitchen with Michael, who looked both exhausted and relieved. How are you holding up? I asked, sliding a cup of coffee toward him. Better than expected, he replied. It's like a fog has lifted. Looking back, there were so many red flags I missed. Manipulative people are experts at making their behavior seem normal, I said. Don't blame yourself. I filed for divorce yesterday, Michael announced quietly. I reached across the table and squeezed his hand. Are you sure that's what you want? After speaking with her family, yes. Turns out she's done this before, isolating her previous boyfriend from his support system. Her sister called to apologize, said they should have warned me. The doorbell rang. Brenda and Diane had arrived for our planned lunch. We brought reinforcements, Diane announced, holding up bags of takeout. And good news, Brenda added. The community center accepted your application for the holiday meal coordinator position. You'll be organizing all the major holiday dinners this year. That's wonderful. I smiled genuinely for the first time in days. As we ate, Michael's phone buzzed repeatedly. He glanced at it with a sigh. Vanessa? Tom asked. Michael nodded. She's been alternating between apologizing and blaming everyone else. Says she'll get therapy if I'll give her another chance. And, I prompted, careful not to push. I told her it's too late. The trust is broken, he said firmly. Some things can't be fixed with apologies. 2 weeks later, I hosted a belated Christmas dinner. Everyone who had been at the disastrous first dinner attended, except Vanessa. As we gathered around my table, everyone with a proper place setting, Gerald raised his glass. To Ariel, he toasted, for having the courage to stand up for herself. And to family, I added. The real kind who stand by you even when it's difficult. Later, as the evening wound down, Michael pulled me aside. Thank you, Mom. Not just for today, but for showing me what healthy relationships actually look like. I understand now why you never spoke ill of Dad after the divorce, why you've always encouraged me to see the best in people. Some lessons are harder to learn than others, I replied. But I'm grateful this one brought us closer instead of tearing us apart. As my guests departed, I reflected on the events of the past month. The revenge some might have expected, public humiliation, screaming matches, or petty retaliation, had never materialized. Instead, simply bringing the truth to light had been enough. Vanessa had destroyed herself with her own actions once they were exposed. Sometimes the best revenge is simply refusing to be a victim and letting natural consequences unfold.